Hi everyone, I'm here with a flip through. I am excited to show you the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. So, as you know, well, first of all, hello, I'm Cherry, cherryenchantress. As you know, as some of you know, who have been following me, that I like art, and I have a bit of a tarot collection of different artists. One of my favorite art forms is Art Nouveau and Pre-Raphaelite, and I even have my own deck that I've collected Pre-Raphaelite art for. This one is also special because it is kind of a Rider-Waite-Smith clone, so the artwork is almost exact as Pamela Coleman Smith's drawings, just slightly enhanced and embellished with a certain style. So let's go ahead and take a look at these. I also have a bit of a gilded collection as well. So this is a foil deck, and it's not just the box, but it's also the cards. But the box is really nice. It's Lo Scarabeo, and I'll look inside to see who the artist is. So it's all Lo Scarabeo decks. You have all the different languages. So we have English, Italian, Spanish, French, and Portuguese. And there's a little bit of how to use, and then we go straight into the major arcana. And let me see if, okay, in the back we have the artwork is Julia F. Messaglia, and instructions by Linnea Weatherstone. And all of these different authors that contribute with Lo Scarabeo have a nice, interesting way of describing and interpreting. The collection is edited by Pietro Aligo, and diffusion and marking by Mario Pignatiello. The Italianos. I know, I'm very attracted to the Italian Lo Scarabeo decks. And so the translation's kind of interesting sometimes. One of my favorite translations is the Tarot Sexual Magic, the way it's described. Is kind of interesting. I love very much the Arcana and the Telema Tarot too. The little booklet that goes with those are really cool too. But yeah, the descriptions are very basic, but I still like to read everybody's particular flair and the descriptions. And what I noticed about this one as I was flipping through is the warrior. The theme of the warrior keeps coming up. So that's kind of an interesting, I'm not sure if it's not, I don't see it mentioned anywhere that there's an actual theme of a warrior, but I see the warrior comes up. So it's very easy, like you just go, luckily for English speaking people, you know, your information's right up front. So that's about it for the booklet. Now I'll show you the back of the card is very pretty too. It's like the Tree of Life, you know. I like that very much. In fact, I was watching Kitty Cat, and I was like, oh my god, what is that deck that she's using? It videoed very well, it filmed very beautifully, and so I just looked up gold foiled decks, and I saw a review on this one. I was like, okay, this is the one. The only thing that, you know, that I don't like, and it's very minor, and I don't think it doesn't really detract very much in this, is the white border. But it's not this, the card texture is so nice that it has sort of a velvety look. It's not a very bright white, it's a kind of a soft white, you know, so that's very nice. You know, it doesn't have, it's not gilded on the edge, you know, it's not edged. You when the production workers make the gilding, it's almost as if they can't do both at the same time. I've had that issue with the make plain cards as well. But so I decided, well, I used this. This is kind of the front page, and I decided to test something. So I do have I have like these kind of markers, and I also have this Brilliance Galaxy Gold. If you wanted to, you know, there's ways that you can embellish it if you wanted to. But see, even though it's kind of bright, it's still not glassy. It's not a glassy finish. So you could gild it yourself with products like this, but you wouldn't get the glassy finish that you get in a professional way. So just so you know. But you know, there's things that you can do with it. You know, you can use this card to test and trim it and see. But I really love the texture. It's very nice. The texture is soft, and that white has sort of an off-white. It does kind of bother me a little, see the white on the edge, you know. So we'll see if I do anything with these. But I guess I'm deciding whether I want to leave this edge or trim it someday. I don't know, but that's for future. And right now we're just going to look at the cards and enjoy them. So we have the Fool. You can see how the drawings are very much like Pamela Coleman Smith's, but you know, the faces are varied, a little bit more varied, and there's a little more depth and detail, and the floral flourishes that you see a lot in the in Art Nouveau. That's pretty much the only thing that makes it Art Nouveau, is that stylized floral thing that goes through it. The Emperor. So these don't have, you know, the words on them, so you have to know what you're looking at, but luckily these are pretty straightforward. Strength. Some of these, like the complexion gets kind of, I don't know, green, and the cheekbones get a little dark, almost a little bit like who's that? She's in Harry Potter. I don't know. She's in a lot of movies, but anyway, she has a beautiful face, but she has very strong cheekbones, and so you see that a lot in these ladies in here, which is fine. It's fine. It's just in this style, it kind of looks almost dirty, you know. The Hermit's awesome, though. He's awesome. And she has a very gentle face, but their coloring, you know, is her coloring is almost gold, you know. So, and it's almost sort of greenish gold, depending on the lighting, I guess. Death. Devil. It's a really cool devil. Tower. It really reflects light nicely, though. Another one I might get is, I think it's called the black and gold or something like that, which is like really, really gold, like washed out gold. It's nice. I like that one too. That's pretty. I like the Italians know how to draw the ladies. They make them look realistic and attractive as well. And no, I mean, I'm not trying to be discriminatory. I'm just saying I like their way they draw. I like the way this is drawn, let's put it that way. I like this cups, you know, their eye contact is really nice, and the expression on their face is very sweet. I like that one a lot. I like her tilted head. Just like little details like that makes it a little bit different. That's nice. Four of Cups, Five of Cups, 6, 7, 7 of Cups, Eight of Cups, Nine of Cups. I like that guy. And 10 of Cups, very happy. Page of Cups. The Knights especially are really beautiful. I really like their drawings of their horses. Very pretty. And I like the other tones, the color tones within the picture besides the gold. It gives it a nice depth. The queens are actually very pretty. Queen of Cups is pretty. King. Now let's go to the Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. Five. I like that one a lot. The normal Five of Pentacles, you don't really see the people too up front, and this is kind of like walking towards you. It's kind of interesting. It really feels very dramatic. It feels definitely, it has a lot of emotion to it. It almost feels like the protests and the marches in a way. And this almost feels what the traditional meaning of Six of Pentacles was like. Oh, well, the high superior person will deign to give you a little pittance, And I usually, read it in a more generous, loving way, like a flow of energy between two people. So, depending on what deck you use, you can see different things. But it's almost like begging for alms, and the person with the money, with the power says, yes, fine, I will give you some. Yeah, so, because in this, it has sort of an arrogance to it, right? A pride. Seven of Pentacles, nice. Eight of Pentacles, I like that very much. Nine of Pentacles, cute. 10 of Pentacles, it's good. And the Page of Pentacles. I like this one's very pretty too. The Knight of Pentacles, the movement, the way the horse is bending into the movement, it's really pretty. The Queen of Pentacles. What is her name? It's gonna drive me crazy. It just took me a second. Okay, so I think it's Elena Bonham Carter. Anyway. And the King of Pentacles. The kings seem to have like wide faces, wide jaws. Alright, and then we're gonna go into the wands. Two of Wands, Three of Wands, Four of Wands, the Five of Wands, Six. All very good, very celebratory. Seven of Wands, Eight of Wands, Nine of Wands, 10 of Wands. Very interesting facial expressions. I like that. Page. It's an old page. Page of Wands. Knight of Wands. I like that very much. Very bold. Leaping up. There's the pyramids in the back. And the Queen of Wands is very cute. I don't know if you can see her. King of Wands. Almost looks feminine in this picture. And now we'll go with the Swords. Two of Swords. Three of Swords. Four of Swords. I like that, you know, perspective too, instead of everything being so horizontal, and the stained glass window is so neat. And the incorporation of the swords is really good too. The Four Swords. Five of Swords. The interpretation, I looked up the Five of Swords for some reason. 5 and 7 of Swords always give me a little bit of trouble, because 5 is the cheater and 7 is the stealer, and like I wonder, you know, do I always read it that way? Isn't there another way to read these? And so the Five of Swords in here, and the book is kind of interesting. It says, it's talking about the battle. A battle is over and the winning warrior gathers up his spoils. The defeated men must decide their next step, to join with the former enemy, to journey back home, or to strike out alone. No war lasts forever, and when it is over, how you deal with it determines your character. So that's an interesting perspective and way to talk about this, you know, like, if you've been through some kind of struggle, like, are you a good winner or a bad winner? Are you a good loser or a bad loser? Are you going to stand up for your rights, or are you going to cave and follow, you know, and whatever else is in the situation? And then you have the Six of Swords. Seven of Swords also is interesting. And so this particular Seven of Swords is a thief in the camp and stealing from like an enemy or something like that. The Eight of Swords is really pretty. It's one of my favorites. Her face and her figure, and it's just really well done. Nine of Swords. 10 of Swords. I like also the description in the book about the 9 and the 10 of Swords. Nine of Swords is actually hopeful, which is always good, because I like to read things positively for the most part if I can. The 9 of Swords is saying a man awakens, or a woman awakens from a violent nightmare. She starts from the bed, lost in terror and despair. This is the dark night of the soul, when all seems lost. A mind in hopelessness cannot imagine the coming of the dawn, but it will always come. So the dawn always does come. And then the 10 of Swords is the battle is over. It's time to bury the dead, heal the wounded, and make peace. This is a time of sorrow as well as relief. The harshness and violence of conflict will not be swept away soon. All that can be done is to pick up the pieces and carry on. So it's, you know, it's really well written, and it has interesting meanings, and it's good to embrace the sword sometimes. You know, you have to embrace this warrior essence that's actually happening in society right now. You know, this fight for rights and that sort of thing. So you get the Knight of Pentacles, of Swords is really beautiful. This is very fast. You can see it's just very fast and powerful movement here. You can feel the wind whipping through his cape and the sky with the birds, like that. And this Queen of Swords is also very attractive. And not, you know, like that tight, pinched face that sometimes I do with the Queen of Swords. And this nice King of Swords. And there you go. This is like an invitation. I guess I could use this for my test page. But anyway, there's you can be part of this association if you want to. I do am a follower of Lo Scarabeo, but I just, yeah, I'm not really interested in paying for a class or anything with them, or being in a, you know, subscribing to a magazine. But otherwise, there you go, you guys. That is the Art Nouveau, Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, and I hope you like that. And I'll see you around. Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust.